This brutal truth makes 95.7% of women find you irresistible. Stoicism, Old Stoic wisdom. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Mahatma Gandhi. Many men are stuck chasing after women, relying on pickup lines, obsessing over their looks or status, thinking that these are the keys to attraction. But here's the brutal truth that most refuse to face. These things don't make you irresistible. In fact, they can lead you down the wrong path. What if I told you that nearly 96% of women are drawn to something much deeper within you? It's not your wealth, your charm, or your appearance. It's something that resonates with your inner strength, your authenticity, and your presence. This truth isn't flashy, and it's not easy to embrace, but once you do, you'll notice women gravitating toward you. They'll seek you out, drawn to an energy they can't quite explain. This isn't about impressing anyone. It's about becoming a man who embodies a quiet, powerful force, a force that makes you naturally attractive. In this video, we'll dive into this brutal truth that makes 95.7% of women irresistibly drawn to you, and why most men will never discover its true power. 1. The man who knows how to tease her drives her wild. There's an undeniable truth that the most magnetic men understand. Women don't crave a man who makes everything too easy, who spills his emotions without hesitation, or tells her exactly how he feels without leaving any room for mystery. What they want deep down is tension, the thrill of the chase, the excitement that comes from anticipation. This is where the art of teasing comes in, and it's a game changer. A man who knows how to tease her just right drives her wild. It's not about giving her everything she wants right away. It's about creating a sense of mystery, making her wonder, and keeping her on the edge of her seat. When you learn the art of teasing, you ignite a reaction within her before her mind even realizes what's happening. It's about creating an emotional roller coaster where she never quite knows what's next. And that unpredictability, it triggers dopamine, the very chemical that fuels addiction. The key is balance. It's about flirty restraint. It's about showing desire but never in a desperate way. A man who knows how to playfully challenge a woman, who keeps her guessing, is the one who stands out. When you tease her, you give her just enough to make her feel wanted, but then you pull back. You never give her everything she's hoping for. You make her chase you, but in a way that's playful and exciting. Instead of showering her with compliments and constant validation, you make her earn your attention. And it's that element of uncertainty, the feeling of being slightly out of reach, that makes her obsessive. This is why the master of teasing can leave a lasting impression on a woman. He keeps her wanting more, always coming back for the next encounter. It's essential to understand the power of timing, delivery, and subtlety when it comes to teasing. Teasing isn't just about saying the right thing. It's about how you say it, when you say it, and how you follow it up. Imagine telling her, "I was going to take you seriously, but then you did that thing with your hair." Now, I'm not so sure. You've given her a taste of attention, then taken it away with a playful challenge. Or picture the moment when she reaches out to hold your hand, and you pull away just for a moment, letting the tension build before finally letting her have it with a smirk. These moments, timed perfectly, make her body respond instinctively. When you're about to kiss her, and you lean in but pull back at the last second, saying, "Not yet," you leave her hanging, her heart racing with desire. Every little action you take to tease her builds anticipation, and that's where true attraction lies. It's in the tension. It's in the "what's next" that keeps her coming back for more. Now, most men fail in this department. They either try too hard, showering her with compliments, gifts, and endless attention, hoping that will win her over. But this approach falls flat. Women don't want to feel overwhelmed with constant validation. They crave something deeper. On the other hand, there are men who play it too safe. They're afraid to say anything bold, to challenge her, and in the end, they bore her into disinterest. But the man who can keep her guessing, who can make her laugh, who can challenge her and tease her just enough to leave her wanting more, that's the man who stays on her mind. He becomes irresistible, not just because he's attractive, but because he knows how to make her crave him. This is the brutal truth that so many men overlook. The key to a woman's heart isn't in constant praise or being overly available. It's in the art of teasing and creating that sweet, unforgettable tension. Remember, it's the tension that fuels attraction, not just the physical connection. The man who masters this art makes her obsessed, not because of his looks or his gifts, but because he's created an emotional whirlwind that she can't escape. And once you've got her hooked, you'll find that she's not just attracted to you, she's addicted to you. So be the man who makes her wonder. Be the man who teases her with just enough distance to make her chase. Be the man who keeps her on her toes and never lets her get too comfortable. That's the man who becomes unforgettable, the one who stays on her mind long after the encounter is over. What do you think? Have you ever experienced the power of teasing in your own life? Let us know in the comments below. Your thoughts and experiences are welcome. 2. The man who can walk away owns the game. The truth that most men fail to recognize is one of the most powerful principles of attraction. The man who is willing to walk away is the one who holds all the power. This concept is deceptively simple, yet profound in its implications. Consider for a moment, what makes something truly valuable? Is it the item that is always available, always eager to please, constantly seeking validation? Or is it the thing that stands firm, that demands to be earned, and that others must strive for? The essence of scarcity is what gives worth. When something is scarce, its value rises. And this principle applies not only to material things, but to human attraction as well. Women, by their nature, are wired to pursue what they perceive as valuable. It's an innate, psychological instinct. They don't desire what's easy. They're drawn to what's just beyond their reach, to what they must work for. This dynamic shifts when a man demonstrates that he is willing to walk away from a relationship. The moment a man displays that he isn't desperate for a woman's validation, she begins to see him differently. He is no longer just another man trying to win her approval. He becomes a challenge, a mystery that she instinctively wants to solve. This is where most men fail. They become so attached to the idea of having a woman's affection that they cling to her, afraid of losing her. They text back instantly, agree to everything, and revolve their entire world around her. But in doing so, they unknowingly diminish their own worth. When a man is willing to walk away, something profound happens. A woman's brain begins to process the situation differently. She begins to wonder, why isn't he chasing me? Why does he seem so unbothered? Did I misjudge him? This is when the power dynamic flips. She is no longer in control. Now, the man is. Attraction isn't about needing a woman. It's about demonstrating that you don't need her. It's about showing, through your actions, that you are perfectly fine, whether she stays or leaves. You're not afraid to leave. Her mood swings don't affect you. You're not desperate for her approval. And when a woman senses this, something shifts within her. She is drawn to you almost magnetically. This is why so many women obsess over the men who seem indifferent, the ones who don't text back immediately or who don't try too hard to please. It's not that these men are intentionally playing games or being cruel. Rather, they understand that they are the prize. They refuse to place the woman at the center of their universe because they know their worth and are unwilling to diminish it. They are not reliant on anyone else's validation to feel complete. In modern life, this concept might seem counterintuitive. We live in an age where instant communication and social media amplify the pressure to constantly be available and responsive. Yet, the principle of scarcity still holds. The moment you stop seeking validation from others and start living in a way that honors your own value, you begin to attract those who genuinely respect you. This doesn't mean playing games or acting aloof for the sake of manipulation, but rather embodying the quiet confidence that comes from knowing your worth. This Stoic principle of self-sufficiency and emotional resilience is what enables men to become truly irresistible. The second you internalize the truth that if a woman doesn't fear losing you, she will never respect you, you free yourself from the chains of neediness. The minute she perceives that you might walk away, That's when she realizes that you are a man of value, someone she cannot take for granted. And that's when you become truly irresistible. In the end, it's about mastering your own emotions and desires, refusing to be swayed by external forces or the approval of others. By walking away from situations that don't align with your values or needs, you place yourself in the position of power, creating a magnetic attraction that others can't ignore. This is not manipulation or a tactic to win someone over. It's simply a reflection of the self-respect and boundaries that make you the prize. If this resonates with you, like, comment, and share. Don't forget to subscribe. Comment to remember, I am the prize. 3. The man who can whisper dirty without saying a single word. In the realm of attraction, there exists a man who can command a woman's body without ever laying a hand on her, a man who makes her heart race, her breath hitch, and her mood shift with nothing more than his presence. What sets him apart? It's not crude words or forced advances, it's sexual tension, a slow burn that lingers, building subtly and effortlessly, pulling her in without her even realizing it. This is the kind of tension that doesn't demand anything, doesn't rush, and isn't obvious. It's the kind that works behind the scenes, creeping into her mind, slowly igniting a fire within her. And the beauty of it? The man who masters this tension doesn't have to chase. No, once a woman feels it, once she senses that subtle pull, she'll be the one chasing him. This is the power of control. A man who understands this principle never has to struggle for attention. He simply needs to exist within the moment. The secret isn't in speaking the words, but in creating the atmosphere, in mastering the silent communication that draws her in. It's the eye contact held just a little too long, the way he lets her feel the weight of his gaze, the deep, controlled tone of his voice that forces her to lean in and listen. Silence, when used strategically, becomes a weapon, a perfectly timed pause before he whispers, "What am I going to do with you?" This moment, this controlled tension sends shockwaves through her body, making her pulse race with anticipation. It's the way he brushes against her just enough to leave a lingering sensation, his arm grazing hers, his fingers lingering for a fraction of a second too long. These small, seemingly insignificant gestures are electric. They don't overwhelm her with words or promises. Instead, they make her feel the energy between them, the electricity that neither of them can ignore. And here's the brutal truth. Women don't want everything spelled out. They don't want a man who is too eager, too fast, who lays everything on the table without any mystery. That's when the magic dies. Women crave the build-up, the anticipation, the uncertainty, the waiting. The longer the tension lingers, the more intense their desire becomes. This is the art of control. The man who controls his pace, who knows when to hold back and when to let things slip, is the one who wins. The man who leaves her wondering, is he going to kiss me, or is he just teasing me? He's the one who has her in the palm of his hand. Because once a woman starts wondering, she starts craving. And once she craves, she's already yours. This is not a manipulation. It is the embodiment of Stoic control and self-mastery. As the Stoics believed, the obstacle is the way. Marcus Aurelius. It's in mastering the tension, in making her want more without giving her everything, that you become irresistible. You lead with power, with control, and you speak the silent language that makes her feel desired before you ever open your mouth. She won't be able to resist, because she'll be too busy chasing the mystery that you have carefully crafted. The art of attraction is not about rushing toward the finish line, but about making her yearn for what is just out of reach, until she can no longer resist. The man who embodies this wisdom knows that control is the key. Control over himself, control over the pace, control over the desire he ignites. When you control this dynamic, you won't have to chase her. She'll chase you, drawn in by the very tension you've created. 4. The man who makes her feel like a woman can have her anytime he wants. There's an undeniable truth about attraction that many men overlook, a truth so powerful that once fully understood, It can transform the way women see you. It's the secret to unlocking a woman's deepest desires, to making her crave your presence and feel a tension that's impossible for her to ignore. This truth is simple, yet profound. A man who knows how to make a woman feel like a true woman, deeply feminine and irresistibly so, can have her whenever he desires. It's not about looks, status, or money. It's about how you make her feel when she's in your presence. Too often, women are trapped in their minds, overthinking, worrying about how others perceive them, questioning their worth. But the moment she's with a man who can make her feel desired in the most authentic, raw way, everything changes. She stops thinking and begins to feel. The overthinking fades away as she is drawn completely into the moment, where she can't help but be pulled toward you. When a woman feels that kind of magnetic pull, there's no stopping what comes next. The truth that most men fail to grasp is this: attraction isn't about trying to impress her. It's not about saying the perfect thing, looking flawless, or proving your worth. The men who women crave, the ones who effortlessly make them weak in the knees, understand one simple principle. Attraction is about presence. A man with deep, undeniable presence doesn't need to speak much. He doesn't have to act out or perform. All he needs to do is exist in a way that reminds her of her own femininity. And that's a power that no woman can resist. This presence begins with the way you look at her. Holding eye contact just a little longer than necessary, allowing her to feel the weight of your gaze. This simple act can make her heart race, causing a stir within her she can't control. Your gaze communicates desire, confidence, and an understanding of her femininity that she won't easily forget. Speaking with intention, slow and deliberate, without a hint of nervousness, makes her hang on every word you say. Your voice, filled with confidence and calm, carries an unspoken dominance that is both commanding and intoxicating. You don't need to say a word to make her feel it. It's all in the way you hold yourself, the way you make her feel when you're around. Owning your space is another key element. A man who moves with certainty, who takes up space with the assurance that he belongs wherever he stands, emanates a quiet, irresistible power. Women are drawn to this kind of presence because it makes them feel safe yet excited, like they're in the presence of someone who knows who they are and what they want. This is the opposite of insecurity. It's the manifestation of a man who knows his worth and isn't afraid to show it. A man who can own his space without saying a word communicates everything she needs to know. The smallest gestures are often the most powerful. Touching her with intention, whether it's the light brush of your fingers on hers as you take a drink from her hand, or a gentle touch on the small of her back as you guide her through a door. These moments might seem subtle, but they're electric. These are the moments that a woman's mind spins with thoughts she may never vocalize. These tiny, seemingly insignificant acts communicate a level of attentiveness and dominance that makes her heart race. It's not about grand displays of affection. It's about creating a connection through the smallest of actions, those fleeting moments that leave a lasting impression. This is the brutal truth of attraction that so many men fail to tap into. It's not about trying to impress, but about being present in a way that makes a woman feel truly desired, truly feminine. And once you learn how to do this, you'll find that women begin to crave your presence, longing for that feeling of being pulled into a moment where they can't help but be drawn to you. This powerful attraction is one that is not easily ignored, and once it's ignited, there's no turning back. So, take a step back and consider this. Are you a man who makes her feel like a woman in every moment you share? If not, now is the time to start. Share your thoughts with us. How have you experienced this kind of attraction in your life? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom. Comment to remember. True attraction comes from making her feel desired, not trying to impress her. 5. The man who remains unshaken in the face of adversity commands respect. In moments of chaos and intense pressure, the man who stays calm and composed stands out in a way that commands both respect and admiration. Women, in particular, are instinctively drawn to this stability. When life seems to be spiraling out of control, they seek someone who offers not just comfort, but an unwavering sense of peace. This kind of emotional resilience is at the very heart of Stoic philosophy, the understanding that external events, no matter how intense, do not have the power to control you. The true power lies within how you respond to these events. The Stoic teaches that adversity is not something to simply survive. It is an opportunity to rise above, to grow stronger. When a man adopts this Stoic approach, it radiates from him. In the face of personal challenges or external chaos, he maintains his inner peace, becoming an anchor for others. This emotional stability doesn't just make him a dependable figure, it makes him someone people, especially women, feel they can rely on when the storm hits. The ability to stay calm in the most trying of circumstances doesn't just command admiration, it draws others to you. A man who has mastered his emotions, who doesn't let external chaos rattle him, exudes an energy that others find magnetic. It's not about being unemotional or detached, but rather about being emotionally intelligent, aware enough to manage his reactions, and wise enough to know that his strength lies in his control, not in the tumultuous external forces. In the modern world, where stress is an inevitable part of life, this principle of remaining unshaken becomes even more relevant. With the fast-paced nature of our careers, family lives, and personal responsibilities, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. But the man who faces these pressures with a calm demeanour, who remains steady when everyone else is losing their cool, instantly sets himself apart. It's in those moments of crisis, when emotions run high, that the man who remains collected becomes a beacon of stability. This isn't something you're born with. It's a skill you can cultivate over time. By practicing Stoic principles, such as focusing only on what you can control and accepting what you cannot, you can develop the emotional resilience necessary to weather any storm. It's about becoming a person who's unflappable, someone who doesn't allow external circumstances to dictate his inner state. When you master this, you will not only gain the respect of those around you, but also naturally draw others towards you. Women, especially, are drawn to men who exhibit this sense of control because it assures them that the man they're with is someone they can rely on in any situation. Remember, it's not about perfect calmness or never being affected by anything. It's about learning to manage your reactions, understanding that life will test you, but you are not defined by those tests. The more unshakable you become, the more people, especially women, will recognize and admire your strength. Emotional stability in the face of adversity makes you not just a man of resilience, but a man of profound value. In this way, Stoic wisdom teaches that the ability to remain unshaken in difficult times is one of the most attractive qualities a man can possess. 6. The man who lives with purpose and integrity is a beacon of attraction. In a world full of distractions and superficiality, women are drawn to a man who is grounded in his mission, who knows where he's going, and who remains steadfast in his values, no matter the circumstances. A man who walks the path of integrity, a man who does the right thing, even when no one is watching, commands a quiet, unshakable confidence that demands respect and admiration. This is not about grandiose declarations or empty promises. It's about the substance of his character, which speaks louder than any words ever could. Purpose and integrity don't need to be announced because they are written into his every action. The man who knows his purpose, who works toward it relentlessly and without hesitation, becomes an undeniable force of attraction. Women are irresistibly drawn to a man who has direction, who is unafraid of the journey ahead, and who won't let anything or anyone deter him from his path. This is the essence of Stoic wisdom, living in alignment with your deepest values and maintaining unwavering focus. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." A man who lives according to a well-defined purpose and acts with integrity projects an inner strength that no woman can resist. Purpose adds meaning to your life, and integrity ensures that your actions remain true to that purpose, creating an authenticity that is magnetic. Women are not looking for someone who merely talks the talk. They are drawn to a man who walks the walk, who is consistent in thought, word, and deed. And it's this authenticity, this alignment between purpose and action, that makes you irresistible. The beauty of this is that it's effortless. It doesn't require flashy displays or empty gestures. It requires only that you remain true to yourself and stay committed to your mission. When you do this, you won't need to chase attention or admiration. It will come to you naturally, because a man with purpose and integrity becomes a force that others want to follow, and most importantly, a force that women find impossible to ignore. So ask yourself, are you living with purpose? Are you acting with integrity? If not, start now. Your purpose will not only give your life meaning, it will make you a beacon of attraction. Stay true to who you are and watch how the world begins to gravitate toward you. If you're still here, you're already ahead. Most men never reach this level. Comment below, I am a man of purpose, and my integrity makes me irresistible. Hey there, thanks for tuning into this video. Listen, you've just heard something incredibly powerful. This truth isn't just theory, it's practical. Most men make women feel nothing. They're too stiff, too hesitant, too afraid to express attraction in a way that makes her body react before her mind even catches up. But you? Now that you know how to create attraction on a deeper level, how to make her feel desired and powerful in her femininity, you'll never have to chase. So here's the real advice. Step into your power, trust your energy, and stop second-guessing yourself. When you radiate confidence and authenticity, you become the man she can't resist. This isn't just about attraction, it's about mastering who you are. Stay disciplined, stay powerful, and always stay in control. I'll catch you in the next one.